Hi guys, Bambi Kelley, Eudora Kelley. Whoa, whoops. Today is the 29th of May 2024. It's our Democracy Day. Used to be, I think now. They've changed it. But that's the day this administration was sworn into power. It's 1 year of PBAT's government, 1 year of ups and downs. Hasn't been easy. Rough and tumble, man. It was this day 12 months ago when the president said, subsidy is gone. Subsidy is gone. And then we started. What a journey it's been. 1 year. What a journey. Whoa. It's not been easy. It's not been easy at all. Bambi, you're messing with your rope. It's not been easy. It's been rough and tough. So many families have not been able to meet up. So many families. Families are struggling. Families are struggling in the country. It's rough, it's tough, it's hard to put food on the table for families. The middle class has been erased, completely erased. Those lower than the middle class are like, they're at the bottom of the barrel. And the well-to-do, they're holding on, they're counting their pennies, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Yeah, about the ministerial briefings, I missed out on it yesterday. Very painful one, really painful for me, because the ministers are actually angling to hear their work progress done. Came in yesterday, and it was sad I couldn't be there. I got there, but by the time I got there, everything was wrapped up. The Minister of Trade and Industry, that was one I was really angling. To put some questions across to her. First question on my mind for her is the standard laboratory for agricultural produce out of the country. The standard laboratory. Do we have a standard laboratory? I know there's one in Ghana. I know that a lot of agricultural produce used to be taken out to Ghana to go be standardized before being taken out to the Western countries, and sometimes even repackaged as Ghanaian products. For me, that's number one, because we need the dollars. We need to move away from crude. We need something that can put money in the till, and agriculture is it for the country right now, you know. Sometimes goods are taken outside the shores of this country and they're destroyed because they don't meet the standard. Two, I wanted to ask her, she has a department in her ministry called Weights and Measures. You might not have heard about it. It's a department, little known department, but very powerful. Weights and Measures. We don't have any uniform form of measure in this country. What still obtains is like still back in the Stone Age, where goods and services, a lot of times grains, are measured in cans rather than being measured on scales. We should have a standardized measure within this country for every part of this country. We should use scales. If there's a kilogram, I want to know what a kilo of beef cost in Kano, a kilo of beef cost in Port Harcourt, a kilo of beef cost in Oshogbo. Should be standardized. We should get rid of all those cans. Two, our main source of income, crude. On our platforms, do we have measures? Do we have measures on our platforms? Do we have meters on our platforms, on our oil platforms? I know that there didn't used to be meters on a lot of our loading platforms where the crude oil is loaded onto the barges and onto the tankers that take them out of the country. Right now, do we have all over all our loading platforms, do we have meters that meter how much crude is being pumped out of the ground and sold? That is under her purview. I wanted to find that out from her. If not so, what is she going to do about it? The Ministry of Petroleum Resources works closely with the Ministry of Trade and Industry, closely, because back and forth, they're like co-joined at the hip. And another question I wanted to ask her, another interesting question I wanted to ask her was the Consumer Protection Council. They call it a new name now. Are they really working? Are they really providing solutions? Are people, we just had the issue in Banex. We had the issue in Banex with the army and the traders. It's been locked up for weeks. What was it all about? It was about consumer satisfaction. In this country, you hardly get a refund. You hardly get your money back. Once you paid your money for anything, they don't care. Even if you're holding a bad product, it's hard to get redress in this country. So that department is very critical to be able to provide succor to customers around the country. Those are critical questions I wanted to find out how she was handling them in her ministry. I heard the Minister of Finance was also there. I would have loved to ask him, what's the policy? There was a time that I think it was the Buhari government, the initial stages, they would talk about being able to change your naira for yuan, just like you do with dollars. We were supposed to have a counterpart exchange rate with the Chinese. We know we do a lot of business in China. A lot of Nigerians go to China, buy goods and all that. So what has happened to that policy? What has happened to that policy? That's a policy that needs to be on the front burner. And then I think they said the Minister of Blue Economy was there. I don't have, well, that also affects me because I'm Niger Delta, so there are a lot of questions there. Anyways, let me wrap it up. I did 5 laps today. Bambi did 2 and quit, but I went for it. I didn't know I could go for it, but I went for it. So it's Banish Fear Week. It's do one of the things you really want to do. I'm excited with myself. I've started on one. I've started speaking my dialect with my kids. I was 1 hour up with my daughter speaking, teaching her. She knows some stuff, but just buttressing on it. We were going over, the Nembe language. I'm a Nembe woman. I'm an Ibani woman as well. So I'm a cross between River State and Bayelsa State. It's a great thing. Language is culture. It's passing on the baton to the next generation. It's important. Well, that's it for me from Bambi and I to you. Have a wonderful day. It rained last night in Abuja, and the weather's still a bit cold outside. And go out there, slay the dragons. Have a wonderful day. God bless.